Hey guys, we're back with another video. This one is called Scale Drawings. This is Level 10, Stage 4, 7th grade math. Taking a look at our overview, we can see that there are only 3 stages, and the first one is called Scale Drawings. Tomorrow is going to be similar figures, and our Stage 3 is Change in Scale. The state standard says that we're going to solve problems involving scale drawings of geometric figures, including computing actual lengths and areas from a scale drawing and reproducing a scale drawing at a different scale. Our stage 1 overview for the villains, we have what is a scale, what is a scale drawing, and what is a scale factor. And in this video, we're going to learn how to solve for a scale drawing. Let's take a look at some vocabulary. A scale is a ratio between 2 sets of measurements. A scale drawing is a proportional model of an actual item. So for example, like a G.I. Joe figure or a Barbie figurine or a small Matchbox car that can fit in your hand. These are smaller versions, smaller models of an actual item, or even a blueprint, or looking at a map. And a scale factor is the rate that both sets of measurements are multiplied by. How do you solve for the missing dimension? Well, step number 1, we're going to make a tic-tac-toe board. Step number 2, underneath the smiley face in the top left corner, write the 2 given units of measurement. Step 3, next to the smiley face, I want you to write down 2 words, scale and actual. Step 4, fill in the tic-tac-toe board with the numbers in the right spots. Step 5, you're going to cross-multiply the 2 numbers that can be multiplied together. And as always, let's finish it up with step 6, divide by the coefficient. Example number 1, on a map, 2 cities are 8 inches apart. The scale at the bottom of the map shows that 2 inches is worth 25 miles in real life. In miles, how far apart are the 2 cities? Well, what we're going to want to do here for example number 1 is make our tic-tac-toe board. Smiley face in the top left corner, scale and actual going at the top. They mention inches and miles, so let's put those as 2 labels on the left. They said that 2 inches correlate to 25 miles in real life. What about 8 inches on the map? How many miles would that be? Well, what we want to do here is we want to multiply the 2 numbers, 8 times 25, and that is going to be equivalent to multiplying these 2 values right here, 2 times x. 25 times 8 comes out to be exactly 200. We divide by the coefficient, which is 2, and we end up with an answer of 100. What does that mean? That means that the 2 cities are 100 miles apart. Cool. Example number 2. A prototype for a new car is 8 inches long. The actual car is 320 centimeters. What is the scale? 1 inch is worth how many centimeters? Well, let's make a tic-tac-toe board for example number 2. Smiley face in the top left corner. Once again, we're writing down scale and actual at the top. They mention inches and centimeters in the problem, so we're going to use those as our 2 units of measurement. Now the actual vehicle is 8 inches, and the actual centimeters is 320 centimeters. And we're trying to figure out what would be 1 inch. Well, if we cross-multiply the 1 times the 320, obviously it would stay itself, it'd be 320, and then we divide it by the coefficient of 8, we end up getting an answer of 40. What does 40 mean? It means that the scale is 1 inch is worth 40 centimeters in real life. Make sense? Gotcha. How do you find the scale factor? Well, step number 1, you're going to want to make a tic-tac-toe board. Step number 2, under the smiley face, write the 2 units of measurement. Step 3, at the top, I need you to write down 3 things next to the smiley face. You're going to write down the word scale, then you're going to write down simplify, and then in another column, you're going to write down scale factor. Step 4, fill in the tic-tac-toe board with all of the numbers. Step 5, simplify the ratio. Step 6, you're going to convert the unit of measurement so that they are the same. And step 7, write your answer as a fraction or a ratio with a colon. All right, let's see how it's done. It says Eric made a scale drawing of his house. The living room is 8 centimeters long in his drawing. The actual living room is 16 meters long in real life. What is the drawing's scale factor? Well, we're going to make a tic-tac-toe board, but notice how we have 3 columns next to the smiley face. We're going to write down scale, simplify, and scale factor. We're going to write down centimeters, and M stands for meters. We said in the story that 8 centimeters was corresponding to 16 meters in real life. 8 over 16 could be simplified to just 1 over 2. Now, before you stop there and think that's your final answer, please know that we need to convert it to a common unit of measurement. Let's keep with centimeters. How could we turn 2 meters into centimeters? Well, we would have to multiply that by 100. Each meter is worth 100 centimeters. So 2 times 100 would be 200 centimeters. Observe how both of these both say centimeters. When we started off, it said centimeters and meters, but when we finished, it says centimeters and centimeters. That means that the scale factor is either 1 to 200 or 1 over 200. That's it. Bzzz, be careful. A common mistake students make when solving for the scale factor is they will stop after simplifying. Be sure to do the final step by converting both units to the same measurement. Our motivational quotes of the day: if you really want to do something, you're going to find a way. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse. In a second quote here, this one is from Benjamin Franklin. He said, "He that is good for making excuses is seldom good for anything else." And that's so true, guys. If there's something that you really feel like you want to do, you can make it happen. But if you don't want to do something, there's really nothing that can motivate you. Your parents, your teachers, nobody's going to be able to motivate you quite like you. So if you feel like something's holding you back, I want you to realize that the only thing holding you back is you. That's the end of our video. Hopefully you enjoyed the lesson. Hopefully you enjoyed our motivational quotes, and you'll come back and join us for video number 2 called Similar Figures. We'll see you then. See ya!